Welcome to the REI Foundation Podcast, where we cover all the steps and strategies to make your real estate dreams a reality. Now your hosts, Jason and Peely.
And happy Multifamily Monday, everyone. It is Monday, so we are going to tackle multifamily. But today we're going to think about it slightly different. Today we're going to build it with the end in mind. And having a discussion with an individual the other day, actually someone who is looking to jump into multifamily, we were talking about what his goals were and what he wanted and ultimately where he wanted to be. And what we discovered is that he just wasn't actively being as specific as he needs to be. Ultimately, if you're going to have a goal in mind, well, it needs to be actionable. It needs to be actionable, something you can create steps to actually get there. Because if you want, there's a lot of talk today about how many units do you currently have? And I'll hear people have 1,000 units or 2,000 units or all these numbers. But ultimately, they're just numbers on paper. If you only have 0.5% of 1,000 units, well, is that creating financial freedom for you? What is it going to take and what is your ultimate goal? If your ultimate goal is within 5 years to have enough income coming in to cover your current income or to have enough income coming in that covers your expenses so you can actually ultimately be free, okay, great. That's buildable. So we'd have to look at what are our expenses? What is our monthly burn rate? What would we need to accomplish? And if we need to accomplish, say, $5,000, and we were able to get that having 20 units, and those 20 units were now ultimately $200 a month. Well, is that achievable? So if we need 20 units, are we going to do that in one 20-unit building? 5 fourplexes, 10 duplexes. What does that look like? So ultimately, if we have a goal in mind, now we can get specific. Okay, we need 5 fourplexes. Well, where are we investing? Are we investing here in New Jersey? Okay, what towns have fourplexes? In my town, there's not a lot of multifamily properties, but in neighboring towns there are. So maybe I'm going to look in a neighboring town where I'm going to look at 3 or 4 plexes. And ultimately, I want to have more than 1 or 2 units at a time, because with the taxes so high and the expenses so high, you need to make sense of it. And making sense of it only can be accomplished when you have multiple units on board. So now, okay, I have a plan in mind. I want to cover my $5,000 in expenses with my income generated from the rent from properties. Okay, I need 20 units to be able to accomplish that. So anything over 20 units is going to be gravy. So what is that going to look like? How many conversations am I going to need to have with brokers? How many properties am I going to have to look at and analyze? How many offers am I going to have to write? How much funding am I going to have to raise or find? Or how much money am I going to have to put away to cover these down payments? How many banks am I going to have to talk to get so many loans? Well, if I'm going to create this journey and create these steps, now it can become more real. And I can write down my big 5. Today, I need to have 5 talks with brokers. I need to have 3 money talks. I need to analyze 5 properties. I need to potentially write 1 offer. And ultimately, I have to read 10 pages in a book, something related to multifamily investing. 5 actionable steps now that I can do. And if I do that, and say I do that 250 days out of the next year, do you think I'm going to be closer to my goal? Instead of just saying, I want 1,000 units with no end in mind, no actionable steps, no guidance, no end minus I want 1,000 units, and not even knowing what that looks like. So today, think about where you're going and what you want and what your actionable steps are, and start writing down your journey so it becomes real. Take this time, write it down. Be specific as possible. So ultimately, when you find it, well, you've already been so specific in your mind that you know that is it. Okay, that's your goal today. Write down your big picture goal. Write down why you want it and build back what you need to do to get there. And then write down 5 actual steps you're going to take daily to accomplish that goal, and check them off as you get there. All right. Happy Monday, everyone. Go after it. Bye now.
Thanks for tuning into the REI Foundation Podcast. Check back next time for more awesome tips and strategies to launch your new you in real estate.